the Master Cashbook on Excel. Super fast, super easy. Brilliant idea. This is one Excel template that you will love to have and use. Super quick to generate any report you want from your cash book. How does it work? First of all, this is the report dashboard showing you some graphical presentation of your inflows and your outflows. By outflows, we mean all payments you make by cash or through the bank, and by inflow, we mean all monies received from sales or from any other source. Super easy, super fast, brilliant idea. You have your chart of accounts set up from fixed assets, cash and bank, receivables, payables, long-term liabilities, equity, revenue, direct costs, overhead costs, and you can easily set up this chart of accounts. We have links to the various account groups that you would want to set up on this template. Also, we have your chart of account summary where you can pick your account code and your posting code that you want to use to post. We also have the Master Cashbook. This is where you enter all your data, dates, the details, the cash account you are paying from. You list all your banks, who you are paying to or receiving from, the voucher numbers if you have voucher documents in your office, and any external ref you want to also show. You can type the external refs and the amount. Just choose inflow or outflow and put the posting number. The posting number is generated from your account chart summary. You get your posting number, and once you do this, you are good to go. 9 cells to fill up for one transaction. Once you do that, we have your fixed asset report by month and by account names. We have your sales report by month and account names. We have direct cost by month and account name. We have your cash flow. This is a cash flows report for all the months from first month of the year till the 12th month of the year, and total inflows, total outflows, listing all the account heads, and also your cumulative balancing brought forward for all your cash balances for every month. It means that with this template, once you enter your data in your Master Cashbook sheet, you can generate your cash flow report for the whole year, month by month. This is super awesome, super easy to use, and the good thing is that once you enter your data into your Master Cashbook sheet, you have a GL. You have a GL. This is GL for bank loan, for computer accessories, for contra account, for COVID-19 expenses, director's credit account, fuel and oil, furniture. You have GL, and it shows you the descriptions, the date, the PV number, and the cash or bank account it was paid from. Super awesome. And again, if you want to generate your cash books, we have this Fine Bank Limited. These are the transactions for the period. We have General Bank PLC. These are the transactions for the period, dates, details, account descriptions, and PV numbers and the amount. Any amount in negative shows that they are outflows, and the ones in positive are inflows. This is what you get when you purchase this Master Excel cash book. And finally, we have the dashboard. Remember this page? Yes, it shows you your expenses in a graph. Your monthly cash flow is shown here, month by month. Overhead costs, fixed assets, and direct costs. Your inflows are shown here. Your top 10 customers. You can see who is your highest customer, based on values of transactions you engage with that customer. If you come down here, you also see a table. This table is for this graph. Actually, it shows you the customers, amounts they've paid into your account for that period, and also you see the percentage to know the highest customer. Here you go, the Master Excel cash book. All you need to do is set up your account chart and also enter your data. All right, we have help videos for each and every of these sheets. Get these templates and work smarter, faster, and make your work life very, very easy, simple to use, easy setup, no issues. The template is good to go, built with Excel formulas and pivot tables. You have all you need in one place. Once you enter your data, the template generates unique and dynamic reports for you. Get this template and you'll be glad you did. To continue on this template tutorial, see the next video on this playlist. Thank you for coming. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you're here to subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you get notified when we release more videos on this series. If you have been using our free templates, kindly like, share to your friends. You may know someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that may be interested in our templates. So by sharing, you're supporting what we do here. Thank you and see you next time. This is the Master Excel Cashbook. This cashbook is designed to help you simplify your cash management process. So when you get this cashbook, you download it. This page will be open when you download the cashbook. Ensure you read the instructions carefully before you start to use. But it is a simple process to set up. So let's get to set up. Click on Start. The first thing you will do is to enter your business name. I'll just type it. And the next step is to enter the date you want to start using this template. My advice is to enter the first day of the accounting year of the business. Accounting year is a 12 calendar year. Could be from January to December or from July to June of next year. Whatever the case, enter the first day of the year you start to use this cashbook. So I just put 1st January 22. Now the essence of this is to give you a 12 months cash flow and a 12 month schedules, expense schedules, sales schedule and asset schedule. So try and enter the first day of the year. Now we have other instructions, useful tips that you can read here to enable you to set up. I'm not going to spend time on this because I'm going to dive straight into the template and explain all this. We have how to set up the account chart. If you're confused at any point, you can read the instructions here. We have how to activate your chart of account. The instructions are here. We also have how to enter data into the Excel cashbook itself. And we have some examples you can also look at to guide you on how to enter your data. And we also have how to explore various reports in this template and to look at insights from the dashboard or the ledger. So you just take your time and read this, but I promise you the help videos will be very useful to you. They will guide you, they will be a reference point while using this template. Next video, we're going to look at setting up chart of account. See you then. So welcome back to the Master Cashbook on Excel. We're going to dive straight into the chart of account setup. So you click on chart of account, this small tab here, or just go straight to the sheet and click. Now we have go to group list. We have the fixed assets, cash and banks, receivables and prepayment, payables and accruals, long-term liabilities, equity, revenue, direct costs and overhead costs. Now, while explaining this setup, I'll also explain what this is for non-accountant. Now, look at the structure. We have on column A the account group. We have fixed assets, which represents the group name for all the items on this first rows. So we have up to 10, we have up to 15 account codes that can be used for fixed assets. Now we've already included some default account names. Feel free to remove them if they're not important. We have plant and machineries up to computer equipment, and we have the posting codes for them. So for these templates, you will not be posting with these codes, rather you will post with a shorter code, to make typing easier. Instead of typing 4 digits, you just type 1 or 2 digits depending on your account name. So I want to add a new one. I'll just type that new one here. Before then, we'll look at the chart of account summary. You can see the next sheet here. We have plant, office equipment up to computer equipment. Just 5 of them are activated here. We have the account code and their posting number. So let's add one more. Let's add, for example, land and building. So that will take the account code 1106 and the posting code 55. Alright, so let's leave it there. Now you can either choose to click cash and banks, or you move straight to just scroll down. You'll see the cash and bank names there. Now we have balances. This is a running balance that shows you every point in time cumulatively how much cash you have paid for each of these asset names or codes. So once you begin to use the system continuously over time, it begins to accumulate total cost that you've paid in cash for any of these assets. Let's go down to the cash and banks group. We have 10 codes you can be used for that. These are just fictitious banks. You can change them. Now the idea of contra, I'll explain that in a different video, is to when you move monies from one bank to another bank for the same business, or from bank to petty cash, or from cash into bank. Now you'll be using this contra account to post it. I'll demonstrate that in one of the videos that will be made for how to manage bank to bank transactions. So you can feel free to change all these names to the bank you want to add. If you go to your cash, your chart of account summary, you will see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 under the cash and bank groups. So you can feel free to add a new one or change the existing ones. So we just add a new one and call it My Bank PLC. So that we assume the code for 1206 and the posting code for 65. Now once you are done, you go back, you go down to receivables. We have default account codes already and account names, the account codes and their posting numbers. Trade debtors up to prepaid insurance. You can add more account receivables. These are current assets. These are current assets, that are in your chart of accounts. So the first thing you need to understand here is you should mirror this with your existing chart of accounts in your business. So you can actually change all this, but you have only up to 10 codes that can be used for chart of accounts for the receivables and prepayments. That's for the current assets. Of course, you know that cash and banks are part of the current asset also. So you feel free to know what you can use here or change here. If you don't have any chart of account, you can adopt this one. I promise you they are standard chart of account that can be used for any SME operations. Now you can type a new one. Let's see if we want to type staff debtors, for example. Staff debtors. If you go to your chart of account summary, you would see we have trade debtors up to prepaid insurance. There is no staff debtors here. I'll show you how to activate this in the next video. Now we'll go down to payables and accruals. These are current liabilities in your balance sheet. Trade creditors, accruals, debtors, credit accounts. You can add more here, right? We can add other payables, for example, other payables, or you can just remove all of them and just add your. You can't touch the account codes, you can't touch the posting codes. They are assigned by default. So I've added other payables here. If you go to your chart of accounts summary, you will see we don't have other payables here. We only have trade creditors up to director's credit account. So we'll continue down to long-term liabilities. These are for like bank loan, private loan, director's loan, whatever it's is due beyond 1 year, they are called long-term liabilities in your balance sheet. You can add more, or you just leave it the way they are. You just change this one to a name. You can even have different banks. Let's say we can even have one of the banks up here, Fine Bank Limited. You can just add one, Fine Bank Limited loan account. Okay, so you can just add more there. Then we'll go down to equity. This is by default paid up capital. You have just 5 codes for equity. Most SMEs won't have share premium, so these are pretty standard names for what account names you will have under the account group equity. So we'll go down to revenue. We have up to 10 revenue accounts that you can use for this cash book. So you can just name this after specific sales or services, or can just call this other income, for example. So we have direct cost, purchases, logistics. You can have other ones there. Let's say direct labor, for example. Add that one there. Now once you add, it assumes these codes for that particular account. We now have the overheads. We will have most of the administrative expenses, from COVID-19 expenses down to computer accessories. You can add more, up to, let's see, we have up to 30 account codes you can use for overhead. You can change this. You'll be very smart about your actual account. Now if you have more than this list in your actual account, then this template can't help you. You can also contact us and we will modify this template to accommodate as many chart of account codes you have in your existing organizations. But for this template, we just have 30 lines that can be used for the overhead cost. Now we've done this setup, very simple to use, not difficult to use. In the next video, I will show you how to activate them, because when you enter them here, they are not activated yet in this template. This is just a setup page where you calibrate and set up your chart of account system. So thank you for watching. I hope this is useful. Next video, I will show you how to activate and start using this chart of account. Bye. Welcome back. This is the Master Cashbook on Excel. Next, we are going to look at activating chart of accounts. The last video, we were able to show you how to include new account names. You can actually remove all this and type new ones as you wish, but if you want to use our default account chart, then you are good to go. Now we have some tabs here. These tabs are useful to enable you navigate the sheets. If you don't want to start clicking on the sheet tabs, you can use these hyperlinks here to navigate the sheets. So just click on chart of accounts. We have chart of account setup, we have chart of accounts. I'll click there and I'm here. Now we've added land and building, but it's not here. We've added staff debtors, it's not here. Very easy to use. This is very easy. This is a pivot table that's generating from your chart of account setup, right? So we just right click on anywhere inside the table, right click, you will see the command refresh command. Just click on it. Fine, you can see land and building here, 1106 and 55 posting code. You can see my bank PLC 1206 and 65. You can see staff debtors 1306 and 70. You can see other payables 2106 and 78. You can see Fine Bank Limited loan 2203 code and 84. You can see other income. You can go down and see direct labor. So we don't have any new one. Let's add one more for overhead. Let's just add something here and call it let's add one more overhead cost. Let's add office entertainment. So that is posting code 41. To come back to your pivot COA, and right click anywhere in the table and choose refresh command. We now have that account name here, 4217 Office Entertainment, posting code 41. So there you go. That is how you activate your chart of account. So when you set it up here, you defined where each account name should go to under any of this group. Once you've defined it, before you start using the system, you come to this pivot COA, right click and refresh, and your account chart is now activated. Next video, we'll jump into the spreadsheet, the Master Cashbook itself, and start posting data into them. All right, see you next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Welcome back. Last video I showed you how to activate the chart of accounts. Now let's start using it to post. So I'll just explain the structure. Like I said, you can click on any of these buttons. Just click on the Master Cashbook and you get here. Now we have, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 columns. You have to enter data, just 9 columns. And please, it's important you complete the columns. These 2 columns here, voucher number and external ref number, they are not mandatory for this system. However, we advise you to include the external ref numbers like invoices, receipts from your vendors, or invoices to customers. You can enter them here. Then if you keep a vouching system in your office, when you raise a cash payment voucher or a bank payment voucher, you can include the vouchers here. So date of the transactions, let's say 1st of January 22. Details, just a simple narration, cash from, let's say sales, for example, cash from sales. Then you have to select the cash and bank account. Is it coming into Petty Cash, Good Bank Limited, Fine Bank Limited? Which of the banks are you receiving the cash into? I'll just choose General Bank PLC. Now, who is paying the money? It could be your customer that paid the money, okay, or a deposit from cash sales, whatever it may be. Just put the beneficiary there. I'll just put a name, Goodwill Shop, for example, whatever it is. Now, if there is a received voucher number you have, you can put it there, otherwise empty. I'll just put received voucher 00001. Any number is fine there. Then maybe there is an invoice you sent to the customer that they paid for. You just put the voucher number there, whatever it is. I'll just put something there. Okay. Then the amount that you received into that bank. I received 1 million into the bank. Now, very important, the type. Is it cash inflow or cash outflow? Cash inflow is when you receive money into any of your banks or your cash. And cash outflow when you pay money out of your bank or your cash. I'll now choose cash inflow. Now, posting number, where am I posting this to? Is it to sales? Is it to a debtor's account? Is it to where? So I'm posting it to one of my sales accounts. So I'll go to my chart of account summary. The practice here, what I do is I print this out and paste somewhere in my office or just keep on my desk. So I can just pick the numbers from here. So I just choose my sales number is 21. Use the posting number. So I just go here and I'll just type 21 and I'm fine. You see debit 1 million, balance 1 million. We have 1 million in balance right now from this transaction. Let's say the next day, 2nd of January 22. Then I paid for transport, for example, or for flight. Let's say flight. Then I'm paying from the same bank, General Bank Limited, General Bank PLC. Now I'm paying to Uphill Travels. then my PV, that's payment voucher 1, and there was an invoice I'm paying for from the clients, maybe invoice for example, and I'm paying 250,000 for the flight. Now money is leaving my bank. I will choose cash outflow. Now what is the posting code for flights? I'll go to my chart of accounts. If it's on my desk, I'll just check it there. I have hotel accommodation, I have local transport. Do not have anything for travels here, so I'll go to my chart of account setup and I will include a new account name. I will call travels. So I'll come back to here, account chart, I'll right click and I will refresh. So now I have travels as 42. I'll come here and I'll put 42. So you can keep updating your chart of accounts as you're entering data, but mind you, you have limited space of 30, so you know how to calibrate it. You don't just have plenty. You can merge some account names together. If there are like transactions, you can merge them together. So we have travels now and it's here. So we have debt credit of 250. Our balance is now 750. You can see his cumulative balance is now 750 in your cash book. So let's test one of our reports. Go to fixed asset report. Nothing is there, but you have your account codes for fixed assets already listed by default here. Don't have to do anything here. We have your different months already available: January, February, March, April, May, all the way to December. So what you did at start is very important, in this system. Now we have sales. You can see already have 1 million credits, which says a credit item in the ledgers. So I have 1 million sales for this first sales account in January. You can see it's giving you monthly report already. Go to direct cost. Nothing is here. Overhead cost, you have travels already, 250 total, and in January. So once you begin to use this system, it starts to populate transactions for you. So in the next video, I'm going to populate a lot of transactions. Then we'll now go into the reporting and see how the reporting works. So go ahead and try to populate transactions into this template. Now feel free to use template and test. If you've purchased before from us, you can send us your purchase code and we can mail you a fresh one if you want a fresh one. But just use it to practice and see how unique and how fast it is to use this template and keep a proper cash management system. So go ahead, type in your data. We'll come back in the next video. I'm going to type in so many transactions and we're going to see how it works. But before then, we'll test how to use contra account, how to move from one bank to another bank, and how to record that. So next video, we'll discuss the contra account system. Thanks for watching and bye. Okay, welcome back. Last video we showed you how to enter data into the Master Cashbook on Excel. So now let's demonstrate what we mean by contra entry. So we have this account code under the bank that we call contra account. Please don't remove this account. It's very important. Is a transit account between two banks. You can edit all these ones, but ensure you have a contra account. It doesn't matter where it is here. You can take it down to the last, but ensure you have a contra account in this system. Now, behind the scene, what it does is more like a double entry system for you, so you don't double count your cash inflow or outflow. Let's experiment that. So let's say we're moving money from General Bank PLC to Petty Cash. So what happens here? Let's say on the 3rd of January 22, we say cash to Petty cash. Now the rule here is always enter the cash account you are paying money from first. So money is leaving General Bank PLC, so record that first, which can say anybody's name. Let's say the office assistant or the administrator that took the cash. You can say Binta White as the name, then PV2, nothing is here. Let's say we sent 300,000 to petty cash. Here is cash outflow. Now the posting code here, don't post to petty cash. What you should do here is post it to contra. So come here, contra is code 10. We just type 10 there. I'll explain it better. Now once you've done this, remember you have treated it in General Bank PLC. This is a master cash book, so you can accommodate all 10 cash and bank accounts in your organization. So you have treated this in your General Bank PLC. You need to treat it in your petty cash. So it has gone out of your bank but has come into your petty cash. So what you need to do is come there the same day, 3rd of 2nd of 22. You now say cash from General Bank. Now here you now choose petty cash. Again, Binta White was transit person. Then RV, just how your batching system is. The amount is 300,123, and this is cash inflow, and you post it to 10 again. Now what it has done here is that your bank account remains 750. Your total cash in the bank and in the cash is 750. That is what you've just done here. So it's like in and out. You know, you take it from this pocket and you put in this pocket. So from your General Bank PLC, it goes to your petty cash. Don't forget this rule. Contra entry is very important. When you move money from one pocket to another pocket of the same trouser, that means from one bank to another bank, or from one bank to cash, from cash to bank, always make it 2, and the posting code is 10. Posting code is 10 for now. If you change your contra account code, type the code you're using here. So you can see it's in and out, and your balance remains this 750. Your total cumulative balance is 750. Again, contra account is used when you move money from one bank to another bank of the same business, or from cash to bank, or from bank to cash. Ensure you have this recorded twice, one for outflow from the bank and one for inflow into petty cash. You have these two, debit and credit here. Your balance, your total balance in your overall cash balance in the business is still 750. If you have any challenge at this point, send us a message or a WhatsApp, and we are free to put you through more on how to use contra entry. Now it's important that you do this because the essence of this is to ensure that you don't have a double, you don't overstate your cash balance or understate your cash balance. All right, thank you for watching again. Next video we'll enter more data here and see how the reports are populated. See you in the next video. Thanks. Welcome back to the Master Cashbook on Excel. Last video we demonstrated how to use contra entry. Now before we go into entering all the data we want to enter, let's demonstrate another concept of opening balances. Now you want to start using this cash book and you have balances in your banks, cash balances after your last cash count. You have balances, then you need to bring the balances into this cash book. Remember, it's only the cash balances that you will bring in here and not any other balance in your balance sheet, because this is just a cash book that manages up to 10 cash and bank accounts for you. So let's take away all this, and let's assume we have opening balances that we want to enter into the system. How do we treat the opening balances? So let's say so in January 1st, we'll go to our bank statement. After our reconciliations, after our cash count, we want to enter all the accounts we have in various banks, all the amounts we have in various banks on the 1st of January. So I'm going to type the date. I'm going to type opening balances, but forward, I will choose the bank and I'll just put something here, then put the code numbers, and I'll post, to the various posting numbers. So let's just try that and see how it works in this template. Okay, so I have all these amounts from General Bank PLC, Petty Cash, Good Bank Limited, Fine Bank Limited. These are my balances from 2021 December 31st. I have the amounts here. Let's say 25,000. Now I can choose to create a receipt code for them or number for them. Just create something for them. Okay, I have this. These are your numbers. Then no external ref. Just select cash inflow, cash inflow, cash inflow, cash inflow. So you see the total amount I have in my banks and cash is 2.84 million. Total amount I have in my bank and cash is 2.8 million. So we have that figure here. So this is how you enter opening balances of your cash account. Now, where do we post this to? Advice is you post this to retained earnings. Don't post to any sales. Don't post to any debtors, except it was paid directly from the debtor, into this account. If it's opening balances, just post them to retained earnings. So I go to my sort of account summary. I'll look for retained earnings somewhere down here before sales. Yeah, posting code is 92. I'll just type 92, 92, 92, 92. So I've posted this to retained earnings and I'm fine. If you go to your chart of account setup, you would see you now have your total cash balance is 2.8, showing you how much we have currently as balance in this place. If you go to retained earnings, you see there is an amount there that is cumulative there for you. So of course, this is not for a balance sheet. Actually, it's just to bring in your opening balance of your cash account into this system. Okay, so we have our opening balances now. We've received them. Let's treat one more transaction before we go to the next entry. Let's say one of the directors paid in money into an account on the 4th of January 22. We can say cash paid in by director. It was paid into, let's say, my bank PLC, and the director's name is Chief Eze Ebunafo, RV0005. He paid in a sum of 1.5. This is cash inflow. Now posting code goes to director account. So we'll go to the chart of account and look for the credit account. We have director's credit account 77. So go back there and just type 77. So showing you how to bring in opening balances and how to record money paid in by a director or by a business owner, MD, CEO, and Madam, Oga. Any money they pay in should go to their credit account, and any money they take for personal reasons should also go to their debit accounts. By so doing, you are keeping a proper cash book. Alright, next video I'm going to start entering the data and we will now see how the reports will come out. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye. Welcome back to the Master Cashbook on Excel. By now you should have posted so many transactions. I have plenty transactions here that I've posted. So I've shown you how to post transactions, contra accounts, opening balances. So we have all of them here. Let's say on the 1st of November 22, we had payment for staff salaries. Let's see the bank account that I have more money. I have money in Fine Bank Limited, I have in Good Bank Limited, and I have in my bank. You can see contra account is 0. If you see any amount here in contra, then there's a problem. It has to be 0 at all times. Contra should be 0 at all times. So don't have any amount here. It shows you've not done proper bookkeeping for your contra entries. So I'm paying from Fine Bank Limited, and I'm paying to, let's say, staff, various staff. You can want to have them one by one for you or just one. The PV is PV 00089. Then amount paid was 5.5 million for salaries. Then it becomes your cash outflow. Then the code for salary, it's you get to your chart of accounts and look for salary and wages 36. You just type 36 there. You've posted for salaries. You can see this is a cumulative balance. 68 million is what you have in all your bank and your cash. To confirm this, check your chart of account setup. 68 million. This is a breakdown of your cash and bank balances. You can see the breakdown. You don't have to start putting data together to get your balance. Once you use this Master Cashbook, you have automatic cash balances from all your banks and all your cash accounts that you have. Okay, so try your hands around it. It's not difficult to use this template. Like I said, this column is for external references like invoices, receipt numbers. Not difficult to use, very easy and very straightforward to use. To enter data in your Master Cashbook, what do you need to do? Start with the date, describe the transactions, select the bank or the cash account, type beneficiary or your partner, PV number or RV number. PV is payment voucher, RV is receipt voucher, then receipt number if any, the amount, select if it's an outflow or an inflow, put the account code is going to, and voila, you are done with your posting. Next is to go into your report and see how the report look like. Before the report, let's demonstrate another one. First of, let's say 3rd of November 22, we have receipt of payment from debtors. They paid into my bank PLC, and vendor's name is, let's say, Why Me Enterprises. Receipt number RV 000 something. Amount received, let's say 2.7690. $2.769 million. then cash inflow. Now this goes to your sales, so go to your sales account and 21, just type in 21 there and you are fine. So debit comes into your debit and credit goes into your credit. Okay, don't forget your contra entry, very easy to use. We have your cash balance once you use this template, and we have other reports as well. So feel free to ask us questions if you have any challenge, but you can see that it's a very simple template to use and there is no issue or challenge trying to enter data in this spreadsheet. Next up, we'll look at the various reports that we have in this template. Thanks for watching and bye. Welcome back to the Master Cashbook on Excel. Now we have done entering our data. Once you start entering data, you don't have to wait until the end before you see your report. Once you enter one line, there is a report. The next line, there is a report. So in this video, we'll explore the report generated by formulas, by Excel formulas only. We have the first one, fixed assets. We can see we have the list of our asset accounts here. The total for the year is here. We have January, nothing in February, March, nothing in April, May, June, all the way down to October. So you can see the amount you've paid. These are cash payments only. There's no accrual here. These are cash payments only. What you've paid so far, you've seen all of them here. The next one is sales report. Only your sales 3101 account code that you have sales on almost every month except December. So all the total sales for the year, 141 million. We have for January, February. These are cash inflows, not accrued sales. These are cash inflows from your sales transactions. They are here up to November. You can see the list of them here. You can give your reports to your management. Next, we have direct cost. You can see logistics, purchases for the whole year, amount of cash paid to suppliers for the year. You can see up to October, none for November yet. You can see all of them for the whole year. And we also have the overhead cost. This is where most of our daily transactions happen. You can see all your overhead cost expenses, the total for the year. If you scroll then to your right, you see up to November, all the overhead costs, you see them there. So there you go. We have all we need. So you have all your overhead costs from January to November, nothing for December yet. We have everything here in good place. So that's your report. As you're adding account charts, they're populating here up to 30. As you're adding your transactions for overhead costs, they're coming straight into here with your months in the columns. We have your direct costs, we have your sales, fixed assets, and these are the reports that are generated by formulas. In the next video, we'll show you the cash flow. The cash flow is another report that's generated by formula. So we have 5 reports that you get with Excel formulas once you start using this template. Next video will show you how the cash flow report works. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye. Welcome back. This is still the Master Cashbook Excel template. The last video we showed you the various reports that could be generated from the template. We have the fixed assets report. When you pay for fixed assets, the report is generated here from the first month to the 12th month. We have the sales report, all your cash received by way of sales, services, or other income. They are report here from the first month to the 12th month. We have direct cost, also reports here, and we have overhead cost. Now we have the cash flow. The cash flow is also automatic, and it shows you your cash inflow and your cash outflow from the first month to the 12th month. Now, for those that do projections and cash flow forecasting, this could help you to create a pattern when you're analyzing data, cash payment and cash receipt data for your business. With this cash flow, you can begin to make projections for the new year. And if a bank is asking you for your cash flow statement for the past 12 months, this template helps you to generate that report without you doing any extra work. So it's automatic. Once you enter your data into your cash book, this cash flow report generates automatically, for you. Now let me explain how this works. We have the in data and the off data. Now we know some businesses where the accountant or finance officers do not have the whole information regarding all the company's accounts. Yes, it's possible where the MD or directors, they have some bank accounts they've not disclosed to the accountant, or it's a new accountant who just started working in the company newly and is yet to get information on all the accounts. What this off data helps you to do is, if for example you've posted your cash transactions into your Master Cashbook, that is all the outflows and all the inflows, and it has given you an automatic cash report. Now there are some information that we are made available to you when you are preparing reports to management or for the bank, and you want to include here and you don't have the time start to post them into your Master Cashbook. This off data helps you to just put them into 3 categories, into 3 line items for your receipts. You can just put them in any of the months you choose. It will update. So let's assume we have total inflow from bank X that was unknown to us, or for example the director wants to bring in his personal funds to support the cash flow for you to send to the bank. Maybe you're looking for a bank loan, you want to see how much you've made for over a period of time, or there are some sales they are paid into a director's account or another account, personal account you want to bring in here. You have a chance to bring them to your cash flow. Before we do that, let's look at what we have now. We have 18 million as our cash inflow from our in data. In data means data in your Master Cashbook. Now we have nothing for our off data. You come down to your payment. We have total cash outflow from in data 22 million, and from off data nothing. Our net cash flow is minus 4.9 million already. So let's add something here. Let's assume why we have this negative was because there are some funds we use from other sources that were not recorded in our cash book here. So let's bring in those funds. Let's say about 6 million. So you can see it updates here. We now have 24 million naira here. So if you go down, you will see that we now have a balance of 1.something million here. Let's assume we also made some expenses from off data. Let's say total expenses from bank X. We didn't have. We now made, let's say 500,000 was made there. You can see it updates your cash flow once you enter them. So mind you, these are not automatic. They do not pick from your Master Cashbook. You have to enter them manually because they are not in data transactions. So you have 2 options: either to enter this data into your Master Cashbook or summarize them here for the period of 12 months, depending on the month that such transactions occurred. So these are just to give you more option when preparing a cash flow projection or cash flow report to the bank for loan. It helps you. Now let's undo this. I'll take this out, and I'll also take this out. Now if you look up, you will see cash off balance. It means that this cash flow is not balanced yet. And why is it the case? Now The opening balances we've put in our master cash book, you can refer back to the video where we explained opening balances. They are not captured in your cash inflow. No, they are not. They are not part of your cash inflow here. So what you need to do is any opening balance from all your cash books for the previous periods, sum all together and type them here. Sum all of them and type them here. In this case, we have, let's go back to the cash book and look for opening balances where we have them. We have opening balances, look at all of them here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 opening balances from previous years. We're going to sum all of them together and put that sum in our cash flow as opening cash balance. So when you add all these opening balances, what we have is about 2,846,133.68. Once you do that, the cash balance issue goes off. So your cash flow has balance. If you check total cash flow here, you will see we have 71 million. If you also check the summary of cash and bank in your chart of account setup, you have the same amount, 71,020,020. So that means your cash flow report has balance. Now another way to do this is to find out which account code did you post your opening balances to. 92 here is what is called, we'll call code 92. It's let's look at it together. It's retained earnings account 92. So another way to do this is to remove these opening balances here and come to your receipt and select the account name for retained earnings. You go down and you pick retained earnings. Once you do that, you have that figure here, which is your opening cash balances. But I prefer the other way around, where you type in the amount. So when we are doing a cash flow report to external bodies, to the banks, to investors, it's good to show your opening cash balance on the face of the cash flow report at this particular section of the cash flow report. We have 2,846,133.68, and that gives us our cash balance. So that's it about the cash flow report. It's automatic, but if you want to add in data that is not in your master cash book, then you put them with this off data and in and off data for receipt and for payment. And also remember to put your opening cash balances here, because if you don't do that, it won't balance. Either you use it here or you select the account code that you posted your opening balances to, and you get your cash flow report. There you go. Last video will show you a summary of the report. We have other reports like the pivot report and the dashboard that will be shown in the next video. See you then. Bye. Welcome back. This is still the Master Cashbook Excel template. Last video we discussed the cash flow report, but in this video I want to show you. So the other report we have, the GL, you can see here is still empty, no data here. We have the cash books ledger, we have the pivot dashboard. All these three sheets are pivot tables. Pivot tables are Excel built tables that generate from a data set. So in this case, our data set is the Master Cashbook. So I'm going to show you how to generate this report. They are very simple and very easy. So what you do each time you update this Master Cashbook, you come here, you right click anywhere on the table, and you see the command button for refresh. Once you refresh this, it will refresh all the other tables that are linked to the Master Cashbook. So come here and refresh. Wait for it. you can see your data is now updated. We have our general ledger, we have the bank loan with 1 transactions, negative balance, that's a credit balance, and the PV number. We have the computer accessories that was purchased, flash drive on the date, the account it was purchased from, the PV number and the amount. We have all the contra entries that have been done on the Master Cashbook, which will give us a zero balance. You can track how you move funds from one bank to the other, or from bank to your petty cash. We have other accounts like fuel and oil. We have the date of purchase that you paid for it with cash. We have the descriptions or narrations. We have the cash account or bank you paid from, the PV number and the amount in positive. Negative amount means credit and positive amount means debit for those that are accountants. We have furniture and fittings. We have all the other ledgers. You can give your auditors this report if you are running on cash basis only. So these are all your cash transactions based on different account heads. The last one is salary and wages. We now have the cash book ledgers. So why this one shows you all the different account heads that you paid money from, usually the expenses head and the assets. Why this cash book ledger shows you the cash book now. This is the Fine Bank Limited. These are the date, the narrations, the account that it went to, the version number and the amount. So any positive amounts are inflows, while negative are outflows. Positives are inflows into the cash or bank account, while negatives are payments you've made out of the bank and cash account. We have your balance here for this bank for the 3 million. The next bank, you have your opening balances, your inflows and your outflows. So all your inflows here are your debits, which are your positive values, while the outflows are your negative values. So we have everything here in your cash book. We have the balance and so on up to petty cash, all details. You can actually print this out as your cash book. This is a summary sheet from your Master Cashbook. What it does here is that it separates your cash and bank account into their own individual cash book ledger. On the Master Cashbook, everything is lumped together. You record them as they happen from various banks, but in your cash book ledgers, the system helps you to separate the ledgers. Your petty cash is separate. You will see all the transactions by date, the account code they went to, the PV numbers, and all the outflows. Outflows in negative, inflows in positive. You can see everything you have here, and you see your total balance is 71 million, which is what we have in our summary here, the chart of account summary here. The same thing we have in our cash flow. 71 million is the same thing we have here. So everything is working perfectly well. And finally, we look at the dashboard, which gives us insights into your overheads, expenses, monthly cash outflows. See, in January we spent more, on direct costs. We spent more also on fixed assets and less on overheads. It shows you your legends, everything you need to look at here. Look at your direct costs, fixed assets, overhead, total for each of the month up to 11th month, and the outflow bar showing you the size of your outflow per month. Here shows you different account heads and their summaries. You can see them here. While on your right hand side we have the top 10 customers inflow. All your customers, the top 10 will show you here, which are what you have on this table also. Your inflow bar shows your top 10 inflows from different customers. There you go. Master Cashbook Excel template, unique template that works as if it's a software. It gives you all the reports you need for a cash management system, and also gives you insight into where your major expenses are going to. Like we have summary of expenses here, showing us your major expenses, showing on this particular chart here. Thank you. Next video will give you a summary of everything we've done on this Master Cashbook. I have an overview of how the template works. Thanks and see you next time. Bye. This is the Master Cashbook on Excel. In this video, we'll be showing you how to copy data from one version of this template to another version. Let's say you have the version 1122F and you've gotten a new version which is 1222F. It's pretty very simple to copy data. All I would do is go to my Master Cashbook in the old version, just highlight everything here. So you can highlight everything down. If you have a lot of data, you can just hold your shift button on your keyboard with one finger, hold your control with another finger, then hold your arrow down with one finger, and it gets to the end. See the end of the data set. Control C, then you go to the next version and also right click and paste values only 1 to 3. Please paste values only. Once you've done that, you are live with the new version. Next thing is to ensure your chart of account is the same thing. Otherwise, go to the old version, chart of account, and just copy any updates you have here. Copy them and paste into the new version. That's all you need to do. Go here, copy them. You can just copy everything here, down, copy, go to the new version, right click and paste 1 to 3. Now we can't paste that, so you have to do it one by one. So we go again, copy here and paste here. This works. So you can paste all, copy and you paste, and just the same thing, and you are done. Come back here, right click and refresh. Go to your start, put your company name, the date for this year, and you are done exporting and importing from the old version to the new version. Thank you and bye. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you're here to subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you get notified when we release more videos on this series. If you have been using our free templates, kindly like, share to your friends. You may know someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that may be interested in our templates. So by sharing, you're supporting what we do here. Thank you and see you next time.